Hello, watch lovers. You know what time it is. Here we are, 2022. It seems like miles away. And here to join me on the first day back, we have my good old friend, Paul Thorpe. Hi, Paul.
How are we doing, watch people? Lovely to be here.
That's your camera up there.
We also have
That's my camera up there, is it?
We have Kaylie here, back with us, joining us.
Hi, guys.
And my good old friend, Gavin.
Good to be back, 2022.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Yeah, it's Spence, you're looking very tan there, my man.
Oh, you know how it is.
Yeah.
It's a hard life being a watch dealer, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's a
Someone's
hard
got to do it.
life.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
But we're here for everyone.
I saw you on a few live streams over Christmas, Spence. You obviously weren't working every day of the week, but did you
not
take
every day
time
of the week.
out?
I was getting up at 4:30 in the morning to be in line with the office at 9:30.
You're joking.
No.
Aren't you supposed to have a holiday?
Yeah, it was. But
Isn't that what
you
it's
know,
all
I
about?
can't. I've got to be
He
there
can't stay awake.
I've got to be there to steer the ship, haven't I, Kaylie?
Yeah.
Everybody, welcome to 2022, That Watch Guy London. Great to have you all with us. I have to say, I think we've all missed it, haven't we? We've missed ourselves.
Yeah,
We've missed
absolutely.
coming into the studio and seeing
Well, it was
you
so
all.
much so, my good old friend Tim Wright dragged me into a few lives.
He's
I
dragged
mean,
you into a
he
few
done a
lives as well.
24-hour. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He's done 20.
Oh, Tim, I know you're watching. You're crazy.
Yeah,
24
Tim, hey
hour.
guys. Let's have a little shout out to everybody who's having a little look here. We've got Lawrence Fahy, Chris Lamb, Charlie D. We've got Daniel Burns, who's a first timer joining us tonight. We'll come back to him a little bit later. Timepiece Bob, Stephen Webb, good evening, everybody. Matt H, obviously on her own time, is with us today
Hey,
as well.
Kelly.
Okay.
Kelly's with us.
Hello, Kelly.
And we have Tim, Kelvin, all the boys here, Jacob. Great to have you with us. Don't forget, as always, like, subscribe, come and join us. I've made a pledge, like for New Year's, Spence.
Yep.
I'm so disgusted with the amount of subscribers we have after 12 months, or coming up to 10 months. I'm having a big push.
You're on a
I need
mission.
everybody. Paul, you need to have a big push for us. We're having a big push this year to get this channel
Yep,
sort of
absolutely.
broadcast far and wide. So please do
But Gav,
like
we
and subscribe.
want quality, not quantity. Remember that.
Well, you know what? I take some numbers as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of effort goes into producing the show every week for you.
Okay.
And for my own goodwill and good health, I'd like to see a few more numbers on there. So let's get going.
I would say you've got to be the #1 underrated YouTube channel at the moment.
Like I said, Paul,
You're not the first person who's called me
I'm not a numbers
underrated.
person.
Yeah, not overrated.
You're not the first to say it, to be fair. Kaylie, how was your Christmas?
Yeah, lovely. Thank
What did you do? We're going to go around the table.
Saw
Don't
my
wanna
family. Drank a lot. Went out a
Were
lot.
you a good girl? Did Santa bring you everything you wanted?
Yeah,
Yes?
yeah,
Yes? Did you get your filler?
I did.
You got your filler? Everybody, I found out what filler was. It's great.
Polyfiller.
Yeah. Spencer, you were in Mexico. Paul, what did you get up to?
Not a lot, mate. I got the same as I get every year for Christmas. Nothing. So yeah, it was pretty.
So it's consistent.
Yeah, very consistent. My Christmases are always consistent. I spend all my money on everyone else, and nobody spends any money on me. So I'm used to that. I've
And
been
that
doing that
doesn't
for years.
seem fair at all, does it?
No.
Not at all.
That's
Guys,
what happens when you got daughters, mate. That's
absolutely.
How was yours, Gav?
Yeah, very nice. I found myself out of the country. I played Russian roulette with leaving the country because I went off to the States, and you have to do the tests, the lateral flows and everything within 24 hours before you fly. So it's like spin the barrel of the gun. If you're positive, you're not going away. And we had obviously nothing else planned for Christmas, but we did get away. And I managed to catch a little bit of sun, which is quite nice, and had a really nice, restful time. Funnily enough, I did tune into both your channels. Christmas Day, I found myself watching you, Paul. Then I see Spencer on there. I think Boxing Day, Spencer's on another channel I'm watching him. But it was...
No, I left Paul and then went straight to Tim's.
Yeah.
Oh, James is saying stop playing with your
Stop
pen
playing
like a
with your
child.
pen. Yeah. I think I'm back at school.
I'll just take that away from you. Before we go any further, should we have a little wrist check? Kaylie, what have you got on this week?
So I have a date just 179161.
Gav, she gets a new watch every
A
week.
new watch every week for
week. It's
Kaylie.
new
Wow. Wow. Spencer, what are you sporting?
I've gone for the white gold GMT with the blue dial.
Pass that round to us. Let's have a little look.
It's
We're
not
popping on the camera.
black dial one, the blue dial.
So this is the model reference number. Come on, let's put him on the spot. Here we go. Throw the cloth over as well for us.
126719.
Okay, let's have a little look. What do we think of that one, Paul?
Beautiful. Love the dial. Let's have a look.
Let's put it in front of the camera.
New one.
There.
Yellow, right?
I mean, that's very, very nice, isn't it?
It is.
Really lovely in the white gold.
Still like the Smurf, but I also like that.
Yeah.
And that comes with the meteorite dial as well, that one.
That comes with the meteorite dial?
Meteorite.
Yeah.
Meteorite.
You've had it with the meteorite, haven't you, in?
I've sold a few with the meteorite.
Yeah.
It's
Wow,
quite special.
amazing. Let's pass that back to Spencer. Paul, what are you sporting this week?
Oh, just a little cheapie, Gav. Just a little
Oh, my goodness. Look
we
what
go.
you've got
You
yourself
just wanna
on.
wind me up with the
5168G. Look at
Look
this,
at that Patek. That's absolutely stunning.
At that dial.
Look at the blue on that. See how that really sort of catches the light and pops? That's what everyone says with these.
Wow, that's absolutely stunning.
Beautiful.
Spencer, 2022, new year, new
Still
me.
hasn't turned up.
New year, new me. What have I got on this week?
Oh, what's Gav got?
Come on.
Gav's going to have a Swatch or his Milgauss.
Your Hulk. Go on, your
Spencer,
Hulk.
get your sick bucket out.
Oh, God.
Get your sick bucket out,
No,
my son.
Paul, he'll have a Casio. You watch.
I'll give you a little sneaky peek. The strap
Orange.
is up.
And it's
Spencer.
not my AP.
Oh, my
Spencer,
God.
I have managed to secure your grail
Shut
watch.
up. Come here, send it.
The 5968A 001. I have a very, very, very lovely friend who, it's so if you double tap it, it shows my face.
Oh,
Well done. Let's turn it around that way.
that never worked with kids and Paul Thorpe's.
Wow, Paul thought you really messed up my camera. Right for the glory shot there. Oh, it's backwards and everything. We'll sort that out in a second.
Here, let me have a
Pass
look
that
at
round
it.
to Spencer while I sort that out. Spencer, don't drop it for... Oh, God, I'll get murdered. Let me just sort out this
Look
feed out.
at that.
Absolutely.
Now, Paul, you probably wear. I'm torn because when I do get it, so obviously this isn't for me, Gav. No,
No, it's not yours. It's not a gift. It's not a present.
leave it. No.
He
But
wants to
have a
keep
look,
it,
Spencer, because let's be honest, we've talked about this watch for a year. You've given it the big one, but I
First
just want to
time I've
say,
got-
when we first started talking about your Grail watch, I think about in March this year, you said, Gav, it's a lot of money. I think it was circa 100 grand, something like that. I think, what's the list on this?
Now
33?
now it's about 150.
About 150. So look at that.
It's quite a bit thicker than I thought, but again, if I'm not sure whether I'd wear it on the orange. I think I will. Wear it
Oh,
on the orange.
absolutely.
I tell you what, you have my permission to put it
Absolutely.
on. You've got little girls' wrists. So put it on. Come on, see how it fits. Not sure my man will take an offer on it. So,
If I put it on, I'm
You'd
not
be
sure I'm
abso-
going to want to take it.
well, I'm afraid it's going back
Fits.
right
It's
after
like
the show.
You know they say if it fits, you keep.
Yeah, Cinderella
Like
slipper.
Cinderella.
Look.
And I would like to say a very, very special thank you to my friend for lending that to me for this evening. It's been on my mind for a little while to bring it in for you, and he very kindly and very nicely let me borrow it to show you this evening.
Thank you.
There are no offers to be taken on that watch, unfortunately, Spencer.
There's
so you can't have...
there's always offers, aren't
There's
there, Paul?
not
Yeah, there
There's
is.
no such thing
Never
as
say
no
no to a
offers.
deal.
Yeah.
Never say no to a profit.
Yeah, Lawrence Fahy saying, Paul, that was an absolutely stunning watch. Really, really like
Beautiful,
that.
yeah.
Gringa's joined us. Hello, Gringa. How are you?
Brittany.
Brittany, good to have you in the
Brittany.
house. Yeah, the Pateks are
No,
absolutely
it's
beautiful.
perfect. I would have put a different.
That looks good on you,
picture up, as
Spencer.
I-
It looks
Yeah,
fantastic
it
on
does.
you.
Yeah. I can't say that
You
about
look-
a lot of things that you put on, but that
Almost
does
$1
look
million.
good.
What is it you particularly love? I mean, I know what I love about that watch. What is it that you love?
The orange, the orange on the hands, just the contrast.
Does
is
it-
just-
Does it
I've
sit
said
well on
thi-
your wrist?
I've said this for ages with this piece, haven't I?
Yeah.
I really have.
And now it's on your wrist. How do you
I've
feel
got a
about
couple
it?
of ADs I'm speaking to as well. One, I've told him he can keep the papers in his safe. That's how
That's how much you want
Yeah.
it. Now you've got
Beautiful.
it on your wrist. How does it feel?
beautiful.
I think the thickness of that watch
Yeah.
as well. It makes
So comparing it
yeah.
to
Yeah, it's a lot
the
thicker
model
than the
you're
other-
sporting,
yeah.
is maybe actually we should put them side to
Yeah,
side.
let's have a...
Paul,
well,
this time, don't touch the screen.
Yeah, I won't. Yeah, sorry, Gav. I'll tell you what we should do. We should also have a little swap over as well. Let me have a little look
Yeah.
at that one.
Just bear
This
in
is
mind
also
that my friend who
beautiful,
lent
but-
me that watch has a particularly small wrist, much like Spencer. So, Paul, it will not necessarily
Oh, okay.
stretch over your wrist,
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
let you know. I've been almost holding it on.
No, he's still not giving it to me.
No, he still won't give it up, will he?
Give it up. Look.
Spencer,
No, I
at
think
some
it's so
point.
Here, Gav.
nice.
Spencer's.
Here, Gav.
God, won't you? Don't start doing sums in your head either. Let's pass back the blue as well. And let's put them on a
If I
side-to-side
sold
profile.
my
I just want to make sure they don't touch, that's all.
Yeah, there we go. Let's have a look at that, everybody. Come on, let's have some appreciation for that. Absolutely gorgeous. A stunning. I have to say, between us all, we have some amazing friends and some amazing watch collectors. And actually, my friend who's a watch collector gave me another watch. Does anybody know what this is? Excuse me 1 second.
gorgeous,
Actually-
aren't they, Paul?
The clue is on the front of the box.
Oh, wow, it's the Casio.
Gav, the only reason you wouldn't know what it is if you can't read.
Yeah. What do you know what that is, Paul? Don't you?
I do, yeah. It's the Hoodinkee John Mayer Casio. Where did you get that from?
Yeah, so the chap who gave me this is also a lovely little thing. Not that we often have Casios on here, but
Right,
this
let's
is a Spencer. You're going to have a whole second
Oh,
market.
okay, right.
You two are off, aren't you? This is a gorgeous piece. This is the new John Mayer Casio. Basically it's a collab.
Yep.
Hoodinkee and John Mayer, the musician. And if I'm not wrong, I only read about it quickly, but the idea is it's supposed to feel iconic and 80s, and it's made of the same material as maybe one of the Casio keyboards.
Yeah.
I did have a note on it.
This is
somewhere.
long sold out as well, isn't it?
It sold out in literally in minutes.
Yeah.
And
So when was that produced, Gavin, that piece?
December 2021. So literally, it's just a
And
couple
how
of
many
weeks old.
pieces? Not many?
I'm not sure. It was definitely a limited run, and it was definitely sold out within minutes, because I remember looking at it coming through on the Hoodinkee website, and then when I saw my friend just before Christmas, he said, "You're never gonna guess what watch I bought," and I'm like, "Well, Patek or a Rolex."
Yeah.
He said, "I got myself a G-Shock."
And this is owned by the same person.
So the same guy who collects watches, and honestly, I had no idea.
Gav, can I just stop you there?
Yeah, go on.
This is an amazing piece. As long as he's happy with this, what does he need to wear this for?
Why does he need both?
Yeah.
I think you're going to have trouble pricing that off his wrist
It's
by the
pointless. I mean, this is amazing. Yeah, he can adjust it. He can go in the water. I mean,
end of the swimming with
Listen,
it, yeah.
Spencer, I
Jogging.
happen to know that he's watching the show tonight. So if you
well,
feel like
I'll-
you want to make offers,
I want his number after. I have to be giving him a call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you want to buy the John Mayer? You want to buy the Casio? It's the
I
first
want to
Casio
talk him
you've
into
ever
the John
owned.
Mayer.
It's the first Casio you've ever owned. But it's amazing because there is a marketplace for Casios. And
Oh, absolutely.
I know
mean,
you've talked about them on your channel before.
Yeah,
Paul.
I mean, I own quite a number of Casios. I think they're a great watch, brilliant bang for the buck, and they're just a good utility watch. There's a Casio for every occasion. Well, pretty much every occasion.
Yeah, Chop said I had one in my basket, decided not to buy. Guys, if you do have any questions for Paul, Spencer, Kaylie, none for me because I can't answer one, then please do let me know. Pop them in the comments below. We have really missed you guys. It's great to... funnily enough, I do feel like I've spent Christmas with everyone.
Yeah.
Did
That's
I
the
think I'd be
idea.
sitting on Christmas Day in Florida watching you do a Christmas live from your bedroom, wherever it
People
was?
said to me, "What the hell are you doing a Christmas Day live for?" I said, "Because I know, but by 9 o'clock,
Everyone's had enough of the family.
They've
That's
had
it.
their
Yeah.
repeats on the TV and their turkey. They want to get back down to earth.
One of the big questions I have, it was discussed a lot across all the channels because we missed it just before we went away. But and I'm going to discuss it because everybody else has, and I want my penny's worth in. But the OPs, the 41 mil, Tiffany but not Tiffany blue, have gone through the roof in terms of levels. And I just
See this?
on the front of the mouse
See
mat.
these mouse mats? I was giving them away. You know what I'm getting now? £200 a mat.
£200 a man for the copyright. Spencer, surely they can't hold their level, can they? This is a £4,800 watch.
No, it was 4.7. It's gone up £100. £100 increase, was
I
it?
think it's 4,850.
Now, you might get a difference in opinions
4,850.
here because we've got a current watch dealer and a former watch dealer.
Absolutely.
One's not buying and one is.
Interesting. Spencer, what's your thoughts?
My thought is, it's
Where are they currently? Like, where are they really trading?
Retail 28, 30,000. There's some on at 40s and 50s, but I don't believe them at that. People have asked me. I have bought some. I see them up to 20. I can't see them past that. That's 5 times a multiple of the list price. We discussed this today, Paul, didn't we? It is the highest multiple of a Rolex watch that I know of.
Yep.
If someone knows of more,
Well, a
but
production
in
watch,
terms
a production
in terms of a production watch, the multiple
Yeah.
of the RRP
From list.
is 5 times.
Yeah. And it is great because it is the most basic watch Rolex produced.
You couldn't get a more basic bracelet, polished bezel, plain dial, no date on it, nothing. There's nothing in the piece.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Except it has a
The blue dial.
Pantone colour that's similar to Tiffany.
Yep.
It has no affiliation to Tiffany.
Nope.
It's got nothing to do with it.
Nope.
And we call it Tiffany blue, and all of a sudden it's worth 25. I just going to put my hands up and say I don't believe it.
Do you remember when you came into the office and you were like, what is going on? And we were like, well, the Tiffany's were 15 yesterday and now they're
Well, I'd just like
25
to
today.
say I've still got my name down for one, an authorised dealer. I got no chance of getting it before, and I got no chance of getting it now.
Gav, you know what? I believed in those dials the moment they were released,
Yeah.
and I believed in them for an entirely different reason. Because for me, for the first time in a long time, Rolex actually gave us something to get excited about. Some people didn't like them. They said they were too gaudy for the brand. I disagreed. I think they were all lovely, and I think that we'll see an increase in the other dials as well. But I don't believe in the current prices on that blue dial. For me, it's not a permanent level. That's just my opinion.
Bamberjet makes a point here and says, guys, what the hell is going on with Daytona prices? A week ago, all Pandas, White Gold, Oyster Flex and Rose Gold are hitting the roof. Is there something we don't know?
Another thing, we've all missed out and said what might be discontinued. Maybe it's the 116500
We'll come
Daytona.
to that. We'll come to that in just a second. Let's have a look what everybody else is saying. Geezer's saying they're not changing hands at that price. People are just asking that much, but no one buying. I mean, I would agree.
I mean, so, yeah.
Spencer, have you ever had any serious buyer come on and say, "I've got 30 grand to park for an OP"? No.
You've got everyone that's interested.
Yeah.
And then I guess
everyone wants to sell at 30, but there's not many people who want to buy
and
it.
Jacob makes the point of saying just wait until they continue it.
Correct.
And
Okay,
that'll be the day
correct.
maybe they do. Now, they've pulled them from the website, haven't they?
Well, Watches of Switzerland removed the coral red and the Tiffany blue. We called it the Tiffany blue from their website, their official website, but it's still on the Rolex website. So either Watches of Switzerland knows something that Rolex don't, which is pretty unlikely, or they're just sick of fielding off the calls. I mean, I wouldn't blame them.
Paul, but the yellow and green are very popular as well now. The yellow.
I love the yellow myself.
Yeah.
I think the
and
yellow
the green, though. The
Yeah.
green is the one that was not the cheapest, but it wasn't as expensive as these two. But now you can't get one. You can't see
Absolutely.
one. You can't get
The yellow,
one.
the green, and the red.
Can I just say, without trying to be clever, my number one tip when these watches first came out,
Buy the collection.
buy the set.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Gringa says, I genuinely don't understand this Tiffany blue craze. Felt a bit meh when they came out. I still feel a bit meh about it. But it's a cool summer watch, but nothing to lose your mind over.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Having said that, Spencer, I do hope someone comes along and pays big money if you happen to have one.
Maybe this.
If you happen to have
maybe
one in
me.
stock. Yeah. James Hamilton says, after 50 years of hard graft in all weathers, I managed to buy a two-tone Datejust 41 and a Tudor Pelagos. I'm not a collector. It's just after I've always wanted a nice watch. Can you tell me, are they okay?
Yes, definitely.
You love
well
the
done.
Pelagos.
Well, I'd say
Yeah.
congratulations
Yeah,
first of all.
absolutely.
Congratulations and well done on your hard endeavour, and enjoy and love your watches.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that is what it's all about. It's about the love of the watch, isn't it? No mind
absolutely.
over investments. Steve Wharton's asking, what's your thoughts on the black GMT 116710 LN?
Sleeper.
Love
That's
that.
the next one to go. We're seeing them creep now. That'll be one
Yeah,
to watch.
Spencer's
one to
right. I
watch,
think
yeah.
that is a bit of a sleeper. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Nigel has no appeal on the. We'll back to the Tiffany. Apart from the colours, boring watch. Yellow is mega, but on the list for my daughter for pink for her 21st. I hope you get
It's
one.
funny though, Gavin. I'm not sure if you're aware.
Yeah.
The pink is only available in 36. The pink's not in the 41.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Yeah.
No.
So every time I've looked through your watch drawers in the watch room,
No, it's 36.
I've never seen
Yeah.
a 41.
They do
No.
36 and 31. They don't do the 41.
Really?
in
Yeah.
pink.
And I also don't believe they do it in a 34 either.
I'm not sure about that, but I know they don't do it in the 41.
My other thought is, I think when they do a re-release, and I'm sure they will, I think the pink's okay, but there could be a better pink.
Look, I think this has been such a success for Rolex.
I think so.
Surely they've got to continue it, but knowing Rolex and the history and the way in which they can work, they might look at it and go, "Well, it's been so successful, we'll put an end to it there and then." Because that makes
Then
them
you
even-
watch with these pieces.
Exactly. Then it makes them even more desirable, and that's what they're good at. So we just don't know. It's all part of the fun of the hobby and the game. We just got to wait and see.
Important question for the night from Greggy Boy. Scent of the night. What are we all wearing? That's lovely, Greg. I love that.
Scent of the night.
I know exactly what I'm wearing.
I am wearing Roger, and I can't remember the second part.
Dubuis.
I was about to say Dubuis as well. Isn't that a watch?
Greggy, you'll have to tell me. It's one of the Oud, Roger Oud.
Yeah,
did
come
have
on.
it in
What's
my
the
pocket, but I've
Oud,
used
Greggy?
it.
Tell us. What are you wearing, Spencer?
Aqua de Parma.
Snap.
The blue one. The Mediterranean.
Yes,
think
snap.
medicine- yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing
Really?
exactly the same tonight.
in the
Brute.
bright blue bottle.
Brute.
Brute, you've got.
Brute.
Do you know what I've taken?
Splash it all
this is
over.
a really bad thing. I've suddenly got the Oxford Brute deodorant. I really
Really?
like it.
Gav,
yeah, I
Gav,
do.
You
he's-
never went out
He's
of
had
it. I'm not
COVID.
being
He's
funny.
lost the smell. He's on proof.
Yeah, since I've had COVID, I can't
fantastic.
smell much. So,
Greggy
yeah.
boy, it's terrible for your business, this COVID, because everyone's lost the smell and they go for Old Spice.
Well,
and
actually,
brew.
what I find is when I did get COVID a little while back, I sprayed to make sure if I really had
Yeah.
lost my marbles, or I put it on my tongue as well, so if I could taste it.
Really?
I couldn't. No. What about you, Kaylie? What are you
All
wearing?
the
What's-
dog food.
No, we're not going back to the dog food. Those
It
episodes
hasn't
are
stopped,
over.
has it? Even your
Nah.
Secret Santa
So yeah,
present.
Secret Santa, everybody. Very nicely, we had the BQ party and Secret Santa, and somebody delivered me canine food. Funny old world. It's never going away. Kaylie, what are you wearing scent-wise today?
I'm wearing Tiffany & Co.
Tiffany.
Who bought you that, Kaylie?
My good friend Gavin.
There you go. There you go. Right. Let's have a look at this question that's come through from Steph Milek. Why does the Sea-Dweller 1660 fly under the radar? Better spec than a 16610 sub. Look more or less the same. Another sleeper.
I think the Submariner is just such an iconic and popular watch that the Sea-Dweller just kind of naturally falls behind it. I think it's just down to popularity, Gavin. I mean,
Paul,
I actually agree.
Years
but-
ago, when you go for like 06, 04, 06, the
Yeah.
Sea-Dweller wasn't.
It was
that
never
popular.
overly
No,
popular.
It
No,
wasn't popular
not really.
at all.
No, but
and
that's
again, the Explorer was years behind.
Yeah,
wasn't it, for
but
a
it's
long-
because I think of the popular. It's not so much that the Sea-Dweller's unpopular. It's just that the Submariner,
the Submariner is so
popular.
dominant. So
It's so
dominant.
So in
dominant in
demand
that
still, though,
market.
isn't
Yeah,
it, as well?
yeah.
Gringer says Kaylie is looking especially gorgeous tonight.
Oh, thank
there
you.
you go. Right, let's move on a little bit. Let's move on from the negativity of losing smells and all the rest of it, and Tiffany OPs, and let's talk about what can we expect, particularly from Rolex this year. We'll talk about some other brands, but guys, what can we expect from Rolex? I've seen predictions. I'm not talking
Yeah.
predictions, but realistically, like everyone's
They
hoping.
always buck the trend. Whatever you think, is it? Don't you find, Paul?
Yeah.
Whatever you think is never. They just do their own thing, and you got to remember, these guys are planning years. I mean, they're probably working now on like 2024.
Yeah.
So,
Easily, I would
so on
think,
your
yeah.
channels, I know we've talked about the Milgauss being discontinued because tell our viewers why.
Well, it's long overdue, isn't it? It's long overdue. It's been rumoured to be having the chop for, I can't even remember, Gavin, such a long time. But I think this year is probably the year where that may be discontinued. But for me, I've predicted that Rolex is going to do something big this year. And when I say something big, I mean something unusual, something that's really left field, out of the box.
What, make nice boxes for their watches?
Make nice boxes for their watches.
I mean,
that
if it
would be a
customised-
simple improvement,
The other
wouldn't
thing,
it?
look, we've discussed this at length. Customization, that you could have a different bezel.
I don't think they'll do that.
No, but I have seen watches on Instagram that come through and you can literally swipe and customize. And I mean, obviously not
Yeah.
Rolex, but
Well, look,
there
you've
are.
got Pro Hunter. There's a few
Yeah.
brands who do
They're
things.
too
like-
conservative for that. I
Yeah.
think that their outlook is too conservative, and I don't blame them for that either. But I just feel that this year we're going to get something completely left field from.
I've
them.
spoken with a lot of people, and we mentioned this. You know what I'd love to see, and so would everyone.
Go on.
Rubbers on subs.
Let's talk about that straight away because that's one thing I saw on someone else's channel whilst I was doing some research. It strikes me as almost obvious.
It's no cost option. It's free. I mean, you can buy rubber beads and other
Now,
things.
a Submariner is obviously a diver's watch. Rubber, metal, rubber, Oyster Flex. Why is it they haven't done it already, though? And why is it only on precious metals? Why is it only on the gold?
Because they're making that you got to spend 20 grand to get an Oyster Flex.
What, to
on
get a rubber
Yacht
strap?
Master. Yes. Like
Why?
on a Yacht Master, on the Daytonas, you got to go and spend that level. And the same with white gold, the white gold Daytona.
Yeah.
In order to have coloured dials.
Yeah.
Like the steel, as we know, you've only got black and white.
Yeah.
You want a blue, you want a green, you want something a little bit out there.
Yeah.
You got to buy a white gold model.
Yeah, I think with all the watch manufacturers as well, Gav, what they do is it's like that. What do they call it? Target marketing or
Yep.
whatever. You
Yep.
know, it's where they never quite hit the bullseye. Every year
Yep.
they move a little bit closer or a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, but they never quite hit the bullseye.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're doing. I think ultimately they will introduce these. We just got to be patient
Yeah.
and wait.
James, can you pop up the picture, please, of Sir Ben Ainsley on the screen for me? So here's a picture I saw whilst I was doing a little bit of reading for the shows. That's Sir Ben Ainsley, and he is wearing
You must have good
a
eyes.
prototype. Well, bring up the next picture, James. He's wearing a prototype titanium Rolex Yachtmaster. And lots of other watch brands make watches in titanium. There it is. And, you know, could Rolex roll out titanium
What year
models?
is that, Gavin?
What
When
year?
was that?
Last year. It's current.
I personally, it's just my own personal view. I'm not a lover of titanium watches. I don't like the feel. I don't like the look of the metal. But who knows? I mean, I'd be surprised myself if that ever actually makes it into production.
Yeah. So as Uncle Jonga said, that is a prototype. It is a prototype, but you make prototypes because you're trying things out, aren't you? And maybe testing the water, see how it feels. Give it to
there
someone.
are other examples of Rolex prototypes that have never made it to the production floors. But
I don't think they're working that metal personally.
Why?
I just
Other
I
brands
think they've
have
been
titanium.
going for so long. They're not someone who brings out. They're not very adventurous, like you say. They're very conservative.
it's a very difficult metal to work with as well.
Yeah, Zorgain says it's coming, titanium Rolex.
Okay.
And Jacob says totally agree with Paul Thorpe. They're too light for my preference.
I'll
Lone
tell you
Star
an
Watch Club, they're
amazing
not a big
piece.
titanium fan.
Metal I saw the other day. Someone came to see me, a customer. They had a Panerai Tantalum. It's like, have you heard of this?
I have,
metal?
yes. I've only heard of it from you because we've talked about it.
Well, I've seen it in Hublot. Amazing metal, tantalum, and it's very dense. It's like lead. It's very hard. There's a lot of different
But
metals.
Rolex don't tend to experiment.
No,
do
they won't. I just think they've been going for so long.
I don't see a bronze Rolex. I don't see a titanium.
Yeah, a
But
few comments coming in about your colour tonight, Paul. I see James is busy faffing with the camera.
Yeah.
He's looking very, very red.
I said to him.
I don't know what's going on, but
Can I just assure you guys, I have no blood pressure problems or anything
I know.
like
But it
that.
looks like you're about to explode like a
Look,
lobster.
What's going on? Look,
You literally look like a lobster.
this is sabotage. This is Spencer. This is,
Spencer
I
told
couldn't
him.
see it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
James, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's
Don't
fine.
faff. We tried to throw an extra camera for Paul.
don't
Glenn
mind the
Corkle
suntan,
says, if some of the OP colours discontinued, what new colours do you think Rolex would introduce?
Other colours of the rainbow. They'll just find some purples.
That's a good guess.
Different. There'll
Purples would
be
be good.
different tones.
Like a nice lilac.
Yeah.
There'll be a lilac,
Yeah,
a
I think-
purple.
if you go through that what did you call it earlier on?
Pantone colours.
Pantone
Yeah,
colours.
you know, pastel colours. I think that's where they'll.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a more vibrant pink. The other thing, you know what was a great colour years ago in the OPs? The grape. The grape was
Yeah,
a
the
really
grape,
good
yeah.
seller.
Yeah,
Really
I wasn't a lover of that myself. I've got to
But
be
it
honest.
did
but
sell
it was,
well.
Derek
Yeah, I know
Fox
it's a good
says to
seller.
you, Paul, hi, Paul, do you think Rolex will ever use a carbon case?
No, I don't. I don't see it. I think they're too traditional for that.
They do what they do.
Carbons, Panerai, Hublot. That's their market. It's not
Rolex are too conservative. I'd actually be disappointed. I mean, I like something different, and I've often said that Rolex aren't adventurous enough, but I wouldn't really want to see them go down the carbon route. For me, it wouldn't be right for their brand personally.
What about discontinuation of the Air King? Because the Air King has the same movement as the Milgauss, doesn't it?
So that's due an upgrade at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
Again, Gav, if people look, it's the reference. It's the 1-1.
Yeah.
So on the new sports, we're on the 1-2.
1-2, yeah.
Anything the 116900, the 116400 GV on the Milgauss. So that's what it has to go because all the 1-1s must become 1-2s.
Natural progression.
Yeah, it has to.
The Sky Dweller. Let's talk about the Sky Dweller for a second because the Sky Dweller was introduced in 2012. I'm not saying that it's only a short anniversary at 10 years, but could they do an anniversary hand dial?
I think it's a bit short.
Bit
They
short.
could do. I think it's a bit short, personally.
Yeah, too short for me. Yeah, 10 years is not really a milestone.
It's not a milestone,
No,
anymore,
not really.
especially not when you're Rolex. And let's maybe move on to James. Pull up the picture, please, of the Royal Oak. It's the 50th anniversary of the Royal Oak, launched in 1972. Could we perhaps expect something there in terms of a special edition or
I
an
think
overhaul?
so. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely. Quite what? I mean, you're talking colours, aren't you?
yeah.
Again?
That's the Royal Oak Jumbo Extra Thin
Bound to
15202.
be great.
It's the
Green.
closest you can get to the 5.
Green would be.
Well, green. I mean, let's be honest.
greens
Spencer,
and
hold up
blues.
your watch. What, orange? You're never going to see an orange. Well,
Well,
mind you, what I'm
they've-
talking
Are you
about.
doing the
They've
diver?
done green, haven't they?
Yeah.
So it's going to be, who knows?
Yeah.
The orange, the green, the blue. What I find amazing with the APs, they were always the offshore, the thick. they've gone to the ultra thin, and people just love those pieces.
I think 2022 is the year of the AP myself, but
The other thing I want to talk about is we've discussed before here that the supply issue, demand, outstripping supply by huge quantities. We've talked about demand coming in from Asia. Who could see a very popular, James, pop up the render we did of the Submariner with the red. I mean, could you see? I mean, it's a marketplace to fulfill. They're very popular on their lucky colours.
That's Arsenal, that is.
it looks like a Tudor to me.
It does, doesn't it?
It looks very much
yeah,
like a Tudor.
that's what it looks like, a Submariner with a red.
Selling them, Paul.
What?
If they bring that out, that's it, I'm finished.
What, because it looks like an Arsenal
I won't
watch?
sell them. Yeah?
Because it looks like an Arsenal watch. That's absolutely ridiculous.
That's for Richard Smith, Gav. That one.
Vital asks, what do you think the next 5711 colour will be? He says dark red in his opinion. Patek 5711.
What, in the steel?
Yeah.
In the steel.
Pink.
Is that the same as the
Green.
Tiffany? Is that the same model number?
Yeah, the 5.
Oh, I saw a great one. James, bring up the Spencer special that I saw online of the. There you go, Spencer. That's the 2022 2024 Lego final edition for you, the 5711. You fancy that, don't you?
I'll take that.
What do you
I
think?
like
That is.
There's not going to be another 5711 colour, though,
well,
is there? So
there's never going to be another one, is there?
That is magical. That
Fantastic.
really is.
Yeah. Spencer, how's that watch? I noticed you haven't taken it off yet.
No,
You're now renting it by the hour.
it's super glued on. I've
It's
glued
funny.
the clasp.
It's almost amazing that it fits your wrist because I cannot tell you
meant to be.
how tiny
like
that
with
wrist is.
shoes. You know if something's meant
If
to
the glove
be.
fits, wear it.
the good news for the
Cinderella.
owner is that every second that Spencer's got it on his wrist,
Absolutely.
it's
Am I
going
renting
up
it by
the
the
second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tim Jack says, any truth potentially to the Explorer 2 being discontinued?
No.
Not that I know of, no.
It's just been
Yeah.
it's just
Wow.
been
Rebooted.
changed.
Um,
Well, the only thing that could be the Explorer, that 36mm Explorer disaster, and the
Yes.
bimetal one.
Yeah.
Danny Lavali says, Spencer, have you sold any Zero West yet?
Yes, we have actually. Haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
have
think
sold
one
some,
or
haven't
two
you?
we've sold.
Yeah,
them.
absolutely. Guys, if you're looking for a Zero West and don't fancy just clicking straight on their website, come and see Spencer. Come and try them on. They're really gorgeous
very
watches,
nice,
aren't they?
yeah.
I see them in the corner of the safety room,
Yeah.
safety deposit room, which they do look pretty good. What about any other surprises we could potentially see from Rolex? Any
From Paul or
surprises?
from Rolex?
Well,
No,
I'm
from
worried
Rolex.
about. I'm looking like a Swan Vesta at the moment. I'm getting redder by the second. I think the cars are
I think
gonna
that's
stop.
just actually just that screen
Is that-
because on the middle one you look a lot
I'm
better.
looking
And
at
just to
the
say,
second
James, got any Nurofen there for Paul?
yeah, we just want to emphasise.
Or blood pressure
Paul
pills?
has not been on a spray tan before he came out. If you put the camera on me, I'd also look like a raspberry, but you just happen to be a raspberry.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Any other surprises
Yeah,
from Rolex,
Rolex.
this year? Oh, well, I don't know. They'll keep going up, that's for sure. But no.
But will they?
But Paul, you were saying could
But
be
will
another
they?
price increase.
I think that I've been saying for a long time that my belief is that Rolex, and it's just a personal opinion, I think they've lost a lot of faith and a lot of belief in a lot of their authorised dealer system. And that's not digging any authorised dealer or authorised dealer group out at all. I think in general, there's been some dubious...
You know what they can do? They can make another 34%.
Exactly, but there's been some behaviour from certain authorised dealers that you know that Rolex aren't going to approve of, and they're not stupid. They're aware of it. I mean, I had a report come in just yesterday from someone that is so damning that I don't think I dare repeat it.
Was that the one with the computerised voice?
No. This is another one.
Oh, another one.
This is another one. This is a
Well,
story
go on,
about
just
an
brush
authorised
on it,
dealer.
lie a bit.
Well, honestly, it is bad. And what I'm saying is that this guy is saying, I want to report this to Rolex themselves. I'm so unhappy. I want to, can I report this to Rolex? I said, look, that's your prerogative. Whether they do anything or not is up to them. But at the end of the day, Rolex are not stupid. They are aware of what's going on in a lot of their authorised dealers. And they're not happy with it. The vast majority of ADs are good, honest people. Because people think I knock ADs for the fun of it. I don't. The vast majority of them are good, decent people, but there are a small number of bad apples in the basket that are spoiling it for a lot of other people. I think Rolex have spotted this. You did ask the question, Gav.
You carry on. It's all right.
I think Rolex know about this, and I think that ultimately they'd be looking to possibly thin out some of their authorised dealers and bring some of those sales in-house. Like you said, another 34%. What's not to like for them?
Gringer pops in with a panel. Do we think the lack of availability, people will be coming off Rolex and going to other brands?
Well, I did a poll. 46% of the poll said that they were tempted to look elsewhere.
Yeah.
46%.
Did you find out where elsewhere they'd look?
Not particularly, to be fair.
But I don't know if you want a Rolex and you can't
I
get
think
it.
the biggest gain, I think the biggest brand that will gain from the lack of availability of Rolex, without a question for me, is Omega.
I'd agree.
Lone Star Watch Collector says, Gringer, if Vacheron keeps releasing $10,000 to $25,000 watches, I can't justify buying a Rolex.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really good point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jacob says, Gringer, I think that's the move for a lot. I want my Batman and not to touch a Rolex for 5+ years. Some Omegas and Tudors have caught my eye and they're cheaper. I mean, the bottom line is there is choice out there and there are quality watches. And eventually, I was in a couple of stores in the States. I walked in and we have display models exhibition here.
Yeah.
They had not a thing. The salespeople in there didn't know what to do with themselves.
Well, this is, Gav, I said this the other night on a video. I think you probably saw it. Look, you know, when I said ADs could go out of business, I mean, it's tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
But if you've got nothing to sell, you don't make any money. If you don't make any money, you've got no business. Now, I know they sell other brands apart from Rolex. So I'm not suggesting that authorised dealers are going to go out of business per se, but they're out of Rolex business because they got nothing to sell.
But Paul, you've run a shop before like I did. There's few ADs I know that I speak to, and going back a few years ago, these ADs were actually upset. Rolex come along and say, you've got to change this, you've got to do this, you've got to do a shop fit, you've got to spend £1.5 million on the shop. Yeah. And now they're at a stage where they've spent all that money and they've got an empty window.
I feel sorry for
but
these
even
people.
before it was an empty window, they weren't getting the quantity of sports. They were getting diamond set stuff, all the wrong pieces that they couldn't sell.
A lot of people watching this tonight, Spencer, won't necessarily realise what you're saying there, and let me just clarify it. So Rolex will come along and they'd say, look, you know, you've got a 15-metre shop front, we want the middle of that shop front. If you're going to be an authorised Rolex dealer, we want the prime spot in your window, otherwise you don't get the brand.
Yeah.
So naturally 99.9% of the authorised dealers, they're
dictators. They're a dictatorship.
They will dictate to where their display sits in the window.
Yeah. Watchnosis says this is the 30th anniversary of the Yachtmaster, so I think there'll be a new Yachtmaster this year.
Could be.
30 is enough, I guess. There was one other I saw I just wanted to call out. Uncle Jonga. Spencer, any news on when you'll do a show centred around insurance that you recently mentioned with Paul? By the way, sorry, Ian Nicholson said, because you look so red, we should really give you a beer. So there's an out-of-date...
Cheers, Ian.
One
of my good friends up there in the North East.
Yeah, hopefully that'll push him over the edge.
I'll send him right over the edge.
They're looking for a heart attack live.
If your missus is watching,
you got
she
some
must be worried.
tequila or whiskey there, please.
Your missus must be worried if
Let's
she's
give him
watching.
a couple of cigars as well.
Well, do you know what? My phone's on silent and it keeps buzzing. I've got a feeling it's my daughter's going, Daddy, you all right?
Ian's just said we got 302 watches and only 64 upvotes. Come on, folks, help hit the tick.
Come on, guys.
Help out our BQ team.
I'm
That's right,
sorry,
guys.
what were we just touching on there?
Heart attacks.
No, before that.
Heart attacks.
That's what you're going to have later on when you get the prize for that.
When I've got to give it back. What are we touching on there just before?
Surprises.
Surprises from anyone this year. Because I
Oh, sorry, no, I was asked about the insurance.
The insurance.
The insurance, I'm going to try and get them on the show and everyone can ask questions. The people I use for insurance. Like I've said before, I think you're better off having a little bit less and having everything fully insured for replacement value, not for market value.
I think a tip there as well, if you don't mind me just coming on with a little tip there. A lot of people, Gavin, when they're keeping watches at home, they tend to buy a little safe. And psychologically, they feel
that's safe.
That's safe. Actually, to be honest with you,
it is safe. You know why? Because they can come and grab the safe and they've got everything.
And they've got everything. So to me, really, you know, the best place for your watches, if you're keeping watches at home, is not actually in a safe. It's somewhere completely random,
bean can,
where no one is ever going to think about looking. And the worst place to probably keep them is in the safe they can just pick up and run off with.
It's got to be bolted and secured.
And remember that any safe is only as safe as the person that's in the house, because you're going to take them to it anyway. So
David Stops asks, can you walk into Vacheron and buy what you want?
No,
not
right now. No,
no.
You won't get an overseas.
No. Overseas, that's a watch.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And Lone Star Collector writes at David Stops, depends. The issue with Vacheron is the sheer volume. They only make 25,000 a year.
Yeah.
We'll save it for another time because we talked earlier about investment grade watches and watches that people love, and we'll save that for another moment. But for the second, we'll have a little pause so Paul can have his beer and hopefully calm down from his tomato face. Yeah. And Kaylie and Janilda did a wonderful, wonderful job of unboxing this week. So James, roll that VT.
Hi guys, welcome back.
Hello guys, so nice to see you again.
And welcome to 2022. Hope you all had a lovely Christmas and New Year.
We surely did.
We did, didn't we? Okay, so let's kickstart the new year with an unboxing. Okay, so this is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak chronograph. It's not, is it? No, it's not.
It's not PK.
I can't, but I can't say it. It's Ilda's always said Audemars, whatever.
Audemars Piguet.
Yeah, see?
Piguet.
I can't say it. I haven't got the accent.
Piguet.
It's not the accent.
No, but you say it just more like it sounds better.
I understand, but you say like a K and it's a G.
Okay, well, Audemars Piguet. Like I can't. No. It doesn't happen.
But it's a G.
Yeah.
Anyways. Okay.
Audemars.
I'll say it.
No, but go. Say it and then I'll say it.
And you don't pronounce the S.
Okay, we'll go on. You
Audemars
Piguet.
Piguet. No. Piguet.
Piguet.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's do it one more time.
Audemars
Piguet.
Piguet. Good.
Sounds like Piguet.
Say it again.
Audemars Piguet. Because it sounds like pig, eh?
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Audemars
sure.
Piguet. That's right?
Yeah, that's French.
Great. Learn new language today.
Okay,
here
let's
we go
do
again. So here we have the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak chronograph. Obviously we love APs. We think they're great watches. Pause. Why can't it come out? Okay. I really love this, this watch. I think it's really great. And this is the 26320 ST.
Yes.
And also, guys, I just want to let you know that we don't always buy watches with papers because this one doesn't have any original papers with it. So don't ever, if you've got a watch that hasn't got papers, we will still buy them from you, so don't worry.
And of course, the condition, however, is very good.
It really is.
I would say absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
As you guys can probably see.
And
this is the favorite one. I mean, the bracelet is lovely. Chronograph dial, silver dial, which is quite popular. Probably slightly more popular than the black.
Yeah.
It's absolutely stunning.
See, I would say it's a white dial with the silver sub-dials. And I think that's what I was going to say, but maybe it's like a bit, do you know what I mean? Because it looks like it's a white dial, but it looks quite silvery because of how much silver's going on. But it looks lovely. I really think contrast is just great. Do you not think?
Yes. This is going to be on our website very soon. So if you're looking to buy one and you don't mind it not having papers, you can check it out.
Yeah. So guys, if you are interested in that, please feel free to give us a call and we will help you the best we can. But as for us, we'll see you next week.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Called Kaylie. Kaylie, what's it called? An Audemars.
Well, never mind about that. While we've been she's been trying to sell me this Patek flip-flop.
I have to say, genuinely, Kaylie, I absolutely love coming in and doing the unboxings because genuinely, you don't even know how funny the two of you are. I just sit back. It's like watching Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets. Did you see the Instagram I put up of you yesterday?
No.
Oh, you better have a look because honestly, I just couldn't help myself. But go have a look at our Instagram channel. You can kill me tomorrow, but it's world class. I couldn't wait. So yeah, everybody, that's an Audemars Piguet.
But do you get what I mean, though? It does sound like that.
Patek Philippe. A lot of people come up with different names.
Yeah, Patek flip-flop is the favourite.
Patek flip-flop's the favourite. No one's saying you can't say it, but you've got it now. Audemars
Piguet.
There you go. Amazing.
Piguet.
Because I'm saying Piguet.
And you now speak French.
It's all right. We'll speak to them. They'll rename the brand.
Yeah,
it's no problem.
It's just easier if you say pig in your head you go pig A.
Andrew,
what's going to happen now?
Andrew James says, reminds me of Joey from Friends learning French. I mean, you are world class.
Honestly, the next time I say that brand name now, I know what's going to happen. It's going to be in my head. And I'm terrible at pronouncing stuff anyway.
LG's asking, we'll move on from you for the moment, Kaylie. Kaylie, I'm going to ask you this question, seeing as you did such a great job with the unboxing with Janilda. Best watch for 7K. Best watch for $7,000, asked by LG.
It's a tough question.
What do you think?
Don't drop them on all, will you? I mean, that's quite a tough one, I think, to be fair.
Well, best watch you've got in stock then. How about that? Does that make it easier for you? Because I know you're thinking numbers and what's in there.
Yeah, I'm looking for going through the vault.
So it must be, I would say, an Omega? Would it be?
Possibly, but
They're all
I was looking at like the older
What's
Rolexes
the older
as
non-date
well.
subs costing now?
No,
$9.
As much as that, are they?
I'd
Shows
say
how much
like
out of
even
date
like
I am, doesn't it?
the older Datejust, like the 16233
Yeah,
with the
that's
diamond
popular.
dial. I think they're really a lovely watch.
Yeah.
It's like an
6-ish.
everyday
You'll get that
watch.
for change of 7.
Guys, can we have a quick round of applause, please, for Tube Crusader, who has just subscribed. Thank you very much.
Hey.
If you're watching this channel and you haven't subscribed, why not? Please do. Come and join us. We're going to bring you lots more fun this year. Paul, what's your plans for your channel this year?
I've got a lot of plans for my channel this year. I'm in the middle of a lot of things that I don't want to talk about just yet, in case they don't come off and I end up looking
That's fair enough.
stupid.
But you've got plans.
Big plans for big growth this year.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
okay.
Please God, yeah.
Excellent. And you'll drag Spencer along?
Of course, yeah. I don't go too many places without Spencer. He won't let me go anywhere without him. So he's a bit like a puppy. You know them puppies, that, they're quite loyal, but sometimes you just want to go, get out of it.
Give him a little kick. Do you know the funny thing was?
That's how I feel, Paul.
This is how much Spencer has an influence on my life, okay? I love him to bits. I found myself walking around a shopping mall and there was a flipping Lego shop. I found myself walking in thinking, I wonder if there's a nice something here they have in their Lego shop that Spencer hasn't bought.
Dad, do you know something?
I walked around a Lego shop.
I was in Brighton yesterday and I looked at the same thing.
Did you go in the Lego
Did you
shop?
find? You didn't
He
call
must
me
be crazy, Spencer, buying all that Lego.
Yeah. You've bought more, Spencer, haven't you?
Yeah, Ian Golden, the poker guy. Thank you, Ian. He's talked me into the Lamborghini. What else did we have?
Oh, Matt Age wants to know, what's the price of the Piguet? Did we ever get a price? Did we ever price it and put it on the web?
I think it's on the website.
Yeah. Basically,
30
please.
Basically, that's
I don't know by
someone
head.
please go on the website.
I'm
and
not
tell us how much
I'm
it
not
was.
that good at the web. I think it's 35,750.
You know, you started off a new
35.
But there is
Yeah.
someone looking at it, but it is still available at the minute.
You know,
It's
that's
very
35,750.
well priced.
AP dealers across the globe tomorrow are going to be getting calls for the latest Audemars Piguet.
Yeah.
Piggy. The Audemars
They're
Piggy.
going to have to change the wording on all the boxes.
There's a chap I've been watching on some of your lives, T and Tickers. He's joined us this
Yes.
evening.
Hey,
I know-
John. How you
Hey,
doing,
John.
mate?
You
Yeah.
sent him
Send him some watches
sent him
to
some watches
review.
Oh,
for him
he
to do a
messaged
little
me
review.
earlier on, Spence. He said thanks for them. He sold them very quickly.
Yep,
and they're
absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
the
the first
idea.
one,
He can.
James.
Yeah.
Can you send him
Oh,
a couple
there we go.
more?
It's up there.
Can you only? Oh, is
First
that's the
one.
watch? Yeah,
So it
that looks great.
35,750.
Oh, what about the one? Oh, that one we unboxed a couple of weeks ago, the Royal Oak Offshore
gold one,
brick.
yeah.
in the brick.
Price. That was
It's only 100.
You need a crane to lift it.
To be
is
fair,
beautiful.
you could trade that in and get some change if you owned it.
If
What
I
you got on
owned
your
it.
wrist? How's
I
that feeling,
love
by the
that
way,
one,
Spence?
though.
Yeah, it's
The
comfortable. I
third
can't see it coming off.
You can't see it coming
No,
off.
I can't see it.
I fancy I'll be fighting you at the end. I've got to take it back straight after. Let's go to questions from Instagram. This is addressed to all of you guys, so let's see how you get on. Question number 1 is from Rathers75. Why would you pay over RRP for a Rolex that's not value for money at RRP over a Tudor, Omega or Breitling?
Well, it's a very simple question. It's because Omega, Tudor or Breitling
Don't hold their money.
don't hold their money, and a Rolex will sell for more than its money. So it's a
You could ask
self-fulfilling
Rafa
prophecy,
if he
isn't it?
wants to pay over for any of those. I'm happy to serve him.
Yeah. Before we go to the next question, this is one I'm particularly interested in myself as well, from Uncle Jonga. How high is the Hulk realistically going to go?
I was offered something today, a 2020.
Yeah.
Well, they want 25,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
They wanted 25.
Off of me. That's what they wanted.
Off of
I
you.
just don't know.
No.
Again, it's a really difficult one to answer, Gav. You know, my prediction last year was that it would settle at about 15. I think I was wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I put my hands up.
But they did go down though, Paul. They weren't as high as they are now.
Yeah.
And then they
I was
creeped back
fully-
up
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
But I'm just being honest with the viewers again. For me personally, 15 is about where I would want to be with it. But I'm not
Starbucks
saying
again's had a bit of a rally. They're both pushing each other.
Yeah.
I prefer the Hulk.
But the Hulk is
Before we go on to
discontinued.
other questions,
Yeah.
I want to bring up something. I've been doing a lot of listening and reading over my holidays and resting, and I've been listening to a lot of things we've been talking about in the past about cryptocurrencies and the NFT space. And here's my little personal view on the world at the moment. You know how these prices are like beyond ridiculous? Beyond what people will pay?
They're in the metaverse, Gav.
I mean, literally, it's like there's a million people out there who've got some kind of cryptocurrency with a wallet in that doesn't mean much to them, and they'll just cash it in and buy luxury because the price of all luxury goods is so beyond ridiculous that it's almost like money doesn't matter and it's filtering through all over the place. There's no sense to some of this stuff at the moment. I know we want to see stuff hold value and retain value.
But Louis Vuitton's the same.
Absolutely.
A lot of luxury brands are the same. I mean, they're queuing outside Louis Vuitton. But here's the thing, Gav, is that I think a lot of it is psychological. I think we were locked up for such a long time right across the world. We, for the first time in our lives, I don't know about you, but there were times when you went out during lockdown and it was weird. It was actually quite spooky.
Yeah, it was very scary.
It was like apocalyptic. And I think it affected a lot of people psychologically. I've always had the philosophy that life is for living today. Look after today because you don't know. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, right, for any of us. And I think a lot of people have took on that philosophy during lockdown.
Especially with that blood pressure.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks.
Life is for living,
Life's for living.
Yeah.
Do you want a few
I
more
like
bags?
that motto, though, Paul.
The what, sorry?
That motto.
Life's for living.
Life's for living. Live
Yeah.
today.
It's
Life's
very
for
important.
living, yeah.
But, you know, there's one thing, sustainability, and it's almost like a golden cross because you've got a lot of, feels like amazingly excess cash in the world to be buying this stuff, and you've got a shortage of supply because of supply chain issues.
That's the same as cars, isn't it, at the moment, Gav?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't get
But
cars,
this is
and the
one-
cars you can get, the prices
Exactly.
are higher than what,
Yeah.
just like the watches.
Have you ever seen
Exactly.
second-hand cars go down, not go down, go over?
Yeah.
Over.
Over list.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy. But this is the slight concern is that when we do come through the other end, is there going to be a downtrend? And I'm not talking about watches now. I'm talking about a lot of luxury items.
Yes.
Who
We'll have to
knows?
wait and see. Let's go to question number 2, which is from our old favourite, Jacob Kendall. Big year for Jacob. He gets married this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
New Year's resolutions. Good to see everybody. New Year's resolutions. Kaylie, what's your New Year's resolution? Just one of them. You must have many, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Give us one.
To try and save more money.
Spencer, you need help with that one.
Not work as hard.
Not
And
work
try
as
and save
hard.
some money.
And try and save some money.
Paul? Work more.
Honestly, I haven't really got any, Gav. That's the honest truth, the answer. I know it's a boring one,
Life's
but I
so
just
perfect, you can't think of anything.
No, it's just that I live every day and try and live it to the full, and that's to enjoy life is my...
Okay, that's fair enough. I only have one this year, and that is basically to make sure by July of this year that we have 10,000 subs by July, or I'm resigning.
Oh, no.
That's it. I'm off.
Right, it's up to
I'm
you.
done.
It's up to you then, Paul.
Yeah, I'm done. So that's my New Year's resolution. I'm really going to put a little bit more into some additional content for us and a few bits of tidying up. Let's go to question number 3. Cigar Enthusiast 5. Any thoughts on the Cartier Pasha Sea Timer Chronograph 3066 Rose Gold and Rubber?
I haven't had the watch on my wrist.
Nor have I, or seen it. Spencer?
Is that a new model or the old
I'm not
one,
sure.
the Sea Timer? Does he say what year that's from?
No, it doesn't say.
Then they're not as popular as they used to be. I mean, I had the Pasha chronograph in steel years ago, and I love that piece.
Can
But
we get one of those up on screen at all?
Yeah, James, can you get one of those up on screen? Just let us know. Give me a shout when you get up on screen. We'll have a little look and see where we get to. Now, we don't need to go to the next question for this one. James will flick through it after. But somebody's asking, I know it's a guess, and I know it's a game, but Hulk price in your Christmas 2020 show. Where do you think a Hulk will be? 2022. Christmas 2022. Where will a Hulk be? Have a little stab.
25.
I'm going to say it's going to settle at around 20 grand.
20 for you. Yeah. Spencer?
25.
Well, I'm going to put my balls on the line. I really hope it's 100 grand. And by the way, Spencer, if it is, would you bid me 97?
I'll pay you 102.
Thank you very much.
Now, going back to the Cartier, now I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a massive Cartier fan.
Yeah.
They're very dressy for me. That is not one of the dressier models. particularly, but quite a big watch, plenty of weight to it as well, depending on what bracelet you got on it.
Is it the gold one James is highlighting? Is the one that's highlighted there?
That's the rose. The one to
that's
the
the
left.
rose, though. The one to the left is the yellow. Yeah. Okay. I mean, did that go on screen, James? Just give me a shout.
Probably very expensive watch.
There we go.
Now.
Okay, there it is on the screen.
Yeah, it'd be expensive new, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something this is going to be at a discount instantly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line. Let's go to question number 5. You can skip one, James. Question number 5, which is from Aaron J. Barkley. Can you provide... That's a good one. Can you provide me with some flippers contacts so I can get a Rolex at a decent price?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'll tell you something, Aaron, actually, to be fair, the flippers are getting the top money.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
They're getting the top money.
They really are getting the top money.
They're making more money than the ADs. They're making more money than Rolex. They're making more money than the grey dealers. The flippers are the ones that are making the big bucks.
And they don't have to run YouTube channels.
And they
don't have to do any marketing, any
most
PR.
of them don't need companies or staff.
No, probably don't pay any tax.
They're a bit shy on the old VAT and tax stakes as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Pedro Carson says, next question, looking to buy a Rolex as an investment, what would your advice be for 13K?
Anything that you can buy from an AD at list price.
Yep. You're onto an instant win, aren't you? You're onto an instant win.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to wait for that. Or in the grey, 13 grand, you probably get a steel sub.
I can't believe that I'm sitting here in front of hundreds of watch buyers as a former watch dealer, telling them to buy their watches from an authorised dealer. Unbelievable.
I mean, it's literally like a lottery. It's like Willy Wonka's lottery.
But Paul,
gold
they
ticket,
will end up getting old waiting for that watch. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Harvey M says, Spencer, we got 4. Bring your A game. I'm on. That's Harvey. He's talking paddle, isn't he? Thanks, Harvey. Let's say there's a few guesses actually from.
Mention to Harvey, by the
well,
way, if Russell is watching us, Russell, who's the tennis coach down
The
at
Mad Watch
Southampton,
Collector.
the Mad Watch Collector, shout out to Russell, who's on your channel with Tim. He's going to be coming up and having a game of paddle, and we'll be filming that, and we'll show everyone.
He's a lovely guy, Russ.
I'm going to join in on that one as well. I spoke to Russ earlier.
Maybe we'll get
today.
Paul to play as well.
Yeah, well, Paul could be. Probably more about Paul becomes the umpire.
Yeah.
The judge.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, because
be a job
having
for
just
the
seen
summer.
the colour he goes, just having a podcast, if we put him on a tennis court, God,
I'm not going to live this one down.
We'd have to have an
I know,
ambulance,
yeah.
not as much as I'm going to do the dog food. Yeah, you're living this one down. There was a few guesses from the viewers for the Hulk. Lone Star Watch Collector said 30k, Marcus Maximus 30k, Greggy Boy 28k, Chili Badger 25, 26k, Michael Smith 12k. There you go.
Gav, but they understand the game. Paul at 20. Paul, we'll buy everything you got at 20.
Yeah. And Geezer says, where will the Aquanaut 5168G, which you've got on, where will that be by the end of the year? It's a guessing game, isn't it?
I think it's about 100 at the minute. Paul,
so
you
I
better
think
be
it'll
giving
be
that
like-
back to me a bit
Yeah,
sharpish.
I'm going to walk off. I was hoping that you forgot that.
You're not
I've got
going
this.
to the toilet with that.
Yeah, and Uncle Jonker says, and seriously, the prices of these sneakers are going up all the time. Did you get your shoes?
Yes,
I was about to
did.
say trainers.
I
Did you
did
get them?
actually, yeah.
Have you worn them?
What were they called? The
Jordans.
Jordans, yeah.
Look at you,
I
you
can't
child.
say it. I tried to say it in work. I was like, oh my God.
Fancy
anyone see
that.
the
It's a
show?
bit
Did
like the
anyone see
Audemars,
show?
yeah.
Fancy that, you can't say it.
I can't remember.
Have you
what
worn
they were
them?
called. No, I haven't worn them.
Or you
yet,
can keep them in a
but
box
I'm
for
gonna keep
investment
them.
purposes.
And wait for the soles to rot and me do my money.
That's fantastic. Let's have a look at the next question. Is from
Look, there's the Paul. There's the blue.
That's on the wrong
look on the
screen.
top left.
Looking to buy a Rolex as an investment. I've done that one. Next one. Do you think the SD43 will be discontinued? Love your show, Spencer and team. That's from Time and Tested.
Not this year, I don't think.
No.
It's still very popular. Very popular, I would say.
Yeah.
Chris Lamb says, Gav, ask Paul about renting watches. He touched on it the other day, but didn't go into detail.
Good
I
question.
love that.
Yeah,
A
good
watch
question.
club.
I mean, I think the thing is that there was a company that in America that started doing it, and I'm not sure if they actually are still in business or if they're still doing it. But for me, there's so much risk out there, and the security that's involved. It's not like renting a motor vehicle that if you drive off in it, it's pretty easy to put through the police and the APNR cameras pick it up and all that. I mean, look, someone can just disappear with a watch into the night sky and you're never going to see them again. So I think it'd be very difficult.
Not saying
Yeah,
that
exactly.
you've got 100 grand
Well,
watch
I've
on.
been told that you can
Exactly.
do that in the UK. You can rent a watch because a lot of people, influencers, celebrities, for posts.
Yeah.
They are renting a watch, like a big watch for that post, and
Yeah.
they give it back. The same as designer items. They are actually going out and renting.
Yeah,
them.
that's very likely, Kaylie. You could well be right.
the
But
thing
I
I
think the
don't
average
like-
everyday
Yeah,
man
it's
on the
not-
street, I mean, I've asked Spencer if he'd rent me this for a bit. He's going to want too much money.
Well, I've rented this.
But seriously,
He's
I
just
think
not
it'd be
getting
very-
it back, and he doesn't know how much he's going to get. That's all.
Chrissy Brown says Rolex Platinum Daytona with the baguettes, $200,000 when discontinued. I mean, that's another one that's scary.
crazy. Yeah.
Can we just stop and think about this for 1 second? 200,000, 300. It's such
Gavin,
big
I'm going
numbers.
to tell you a really short story with that watch. Going back a couple of years, maybe 2.5 years, I had a few customers who wanted them. I could have bought then in like 2019, 2018, stickered, unused Daytonas, 54, 56, 58 grand. And I had a customer who just wouldn't quite pay it.
Yeah.
They were huge money. At the time, they didn't sell. And that was not that long ago, about 2.5 years ago, just pre-pan, 6 months before
I
the
think
pandemic.
the last Platinum Daytona I supplied to a client in Germany before I retired, I think that was about 55, 56 grand.
That you, yeah.
Steve says, I'm on a list for Royal Oak, but been considering going grey because I don't want to die before I own one. Just worried about getting stung as everything seems so high. What do you guys think?
And I think the Royal Oaks are, depending on which one you buy, and Royal Oaks have a very big place in my heart, as you know. I mean, I've paid good money with Spencer for AP.
Good
Royal
money.
Oaks.
I'll buy it. I've told you. Buy it back
Buy it
whenever
back,
you want.
yeah. But I think if you, and look, I don't want to turn this into an advert, but you're actually one of the dealers that gets quite a few APs.
A diver's a very popular watch.
Diver's a
Whenever-
very popular watch. I would say if you're interested in AP or Royal Oak, speak to Spencer because he does get some good bits and pieces, and try and have a deal with him, see what you can fresh out.
But we don't get as many as we like. But again,
You've had more than anyone else I
Yeah.
know.
Well, I
the
would say we've
Audemars is a
unboxed
hard
more APs.
Because I said this to you the other
yeah,
day,
because
didn't
when
I?
we went to unbox it, I said, have we done that one already? Obviously not knowing
But
how
they
many.
turn over. The thing is, we've only ever got a handful. Same with the Pateks. They turn over all the
Yeah,
time.
they turn over quickly. Yeah.
And it's interesting because I can see in the chat that guys are discussing like watch crashes. Is the market going to crash? But actually, historically, things only crash when there is an oversupply and
Yeah, that's
no
not gonna
no
happen.
demand.
Yeah.
And the fact is, there's still demand, and they can't just ramp up and go.
There's a
"Well, let's just
shortage
double."
of production.
Exactly,
There's
they
not
can't
enough
double
production.
production.
Okay.
They can't triple production.
Can I just put my cards on the table here? I've never, ever said that there's going to be any type of crash.
No.
I think there could be potentially
Yeah, a softening.
a softening,
Absolutely.
a slight correction
That's
with
natural.
some models. I did a video talking about, I think it was 4 or 5 models where I believe there could be possibly a slight correction in 2022. Don't forget, the Rolex factory was closed during lockdown. They've got to ramp up productions, but there's only so many watchmakers, right?
Yeah.
Sure. But you know who will make the correction, Paul?
Go on.
There's one person who makes the correction.
You?
No. Rolex.
Of course, yeah.
If they produce more, then the correction happens.
Exactly. But they can't go to the local job centre and find another dozen watchmakers. It doesn't work that
No,
way.
it wouldn't make any
And I
difference.
guess
Another
they've got a
dozen.
backlog from before the pandemic
gonna
that they're
take-
trying to catch up on.
I think, Kaylie, we're looking at 5 years before
Yeah.
all of that, all of the lockdown period is caught up with completely.
But
and
it
they're
won't
back
catch
in
up because
front.
more people want, and that's the thing. They're using the product.
Yeah.
Spencer, by the way, I haven't forgotten that you're wearing your watch. Just to say, how's it feeling?
It's great. It's it feels like it's come home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's coming
very
home.
comfortable.
I'm glad all
It's
the
coming
focus is
home,
on
guys.
the orange one, so I can sneak out with the blue
with
one.
the blue,
Yeah, yeah.
under the radar with the
Under
blue
radar,
one.
yeah.
Let's get to
There's
the
going
next.
to have to be a stock check, James. before we
Let's
leave
get to the
tonight.
next question. Tufty1990 says, what do you guys think of the Tudor Black Bay ceramic? Talks of it being limited.
Look, I'm a big fan of Tudor in general. I think it offers great value for money. Another lovely alternative
Yeah.
from Rolex.
Yeah.
You know, it's a brand that I advise people take a look at if they don't want to wait. But again, don't try and scratch an itch with a product that's not going to scratch that itch. But that watch in particular,
love the watch, right? Love the watch first.
love the watch. But I like all the Black Bay range completely.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely
I've
gorgeous.
got three of me myself.
And Dan J. Jones 1991 asks, trade a Newman Oyster Flex plus a chunk of cash for a Pepsi Meteorite dial. As in, would you? Trade a Newman Oyster Flex plus a chunk of cash for a Pepsi Meteorite dial.
Do it.
Do it? Kaylie says do it.
Yeah.
And she speaks French.
Yeah.
However, I do
We've
love
had a
that Paul
couple of them.
Newman Daytona, but
The
there's just something
meteorite-
about the
the
meteorite on
meteorite's
the
gorgeous.
GMT. This thing.
See, that Daytona's actually probably my favourite.
No, I know, because that time that you came down and
Yeah.
I just sold it to a
I
customer,
love
it was
that
one that
doll.
you wanted.
Yeah, I love that doll.
Sorry, I'm just trying to read through some of the questions. Spencer, Paul, there's a very big event coming up in March. Big because it's great for the community, for the watch community, for all the friends we have out there, and we're going to start getting excited right from now, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, I think the build-up
I was looking
starts,
the other day. It's 8 weeks away.
Yeah.
It's not long at all.
I actually thought it was 10.
No, it's
Is it 8?
18th of March. We're at the 11th, 12th.
18th to the 21st, isn't it? Or something, I think.
Right.
You're right.
Top of my head.
Maybe it's.
Yeah.
But whenever it's
not
creeping
long.
I'll tell you why I think it's 10 in just a second.
it's creeping up on us pretty fast. I mean, you know, everyone knows that I back the show totally.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you haven't got your tickets, get them as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
I haven't spoke to Charlie, apart from the odd WhatsApp message since the Christmas break.
Yeah.
We went out together for a bit of a Christmas do, and he was happy. All the lads were happy, and it's all systems go. So,
Personally speaking, I absolutely loved the last watch
Yeah,
show.
it was brilliant.
I
And we
thought
got
it was
an extra
fantastic.
day. Yeah.
There's an extra day. I know that, Spencer, you are a title sponsor for
Yep.
this show as well, which is
we're
going to
really
be
pushing it for him.
We're really getting behind it, and really sort of super excited to
And
be
Gav,
there.
yes, we are in the same position, and yes, it is at the Grosvenor House.
Yes, and yes, there's one more thing we need to tell everybody.
And one more day. And yes,
And
we're
one more
giving...
day. Oh, James,
all right.
can you roll the special VT, please? Whenever you're ready, James, roll the special VT. You know?
guys,
Should we
one of
tell
the
them?
reasons
There we
my
go.
old mate Spencer is probably one of the best known, one of the best watch dealers, not only anywhere in the UK, but anywhere in the world. Is not because he's sold so much, it's because it's quite easy to talk into giving stuff away. And today is no different, because this afternoon we've been having a little chat, and Spencer is feeling very generous again, and he is giving away this rather splendid 2018 absolutely mint condition Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon watch. It is absolutely gorgeous and in mint condition.
If I had to wear an Omega, that would be the piece.
This would be the one. I said the other day that my favourite Omega is the Speedy. Now, to be in with a chance of taking this off of Spencer's hands, and I will be delighted to give this watch to you in person at the London Watch
It does
Show.
come with an invoice. It does come with
It
an
comes
invoice.
with an invoice
but
as
it's
well.
zero.
00.0. I will be delighted to personally present this alongside Spencer, because I always love it when I see him give stuff away. You get a little bead of sweat dribbles down his face. I love it. So we can give this away personally to the winner at the London Watch Show. Now, to be in with a chance of winning this beautiful watch, you will need to go to the BQ Watches website, BQ Watches Instagram, or that Watch Guy London on this man's YouTube channel to take part. All the details will be there, and you could be the lucky winner of this watch. What's the retail on this, Spencer?
It's about 4,200.
It's not a bad little giveaway, is it, really? Any chance I could win it? And
Follow the
we
channel.
will personally present this beautiful watch at the London Watch Show to the winner. It's a cracking prize, Spencer. I mean, it
great
really
watch.
is. I mean, you must be doing right to be able to be giving this stuff away.
Well, you know, it's a big show coming up. We like to give something back. So that's what we're doing for
I reckon
everyone.
he's paying me enough sponsorship.
How long, Jay?
Need to go.
Ah, back to me. Apologies if you had a little technical issue with the audio there. I'm just going to put my hands up and say, we filmed that about an hour ago. We sat in Pizza Express, had something to eat, and I edited on my headphones very quickly while we came upstairs. So if it was a bit low, I apologise.
You'll get another chance with
You'll
it.
get another chance. But Spencer, your generosity knows no bounds.
Well, Tim Wright keeps telling me, I think I need to start doing a super chat or something to get a few quid together. What do you think? Rather than giving these things away.
So you're now giving away a £4,000
So here we are.
watch.
Here it is, Paul. What's happened?
Where is
What's
it?
happened? Someone's given it away already. Only joking. Here it is.
I literally was looking
going for
I was looking in the bag thinking,
had
oh
me
my
going
God, he's
for a
going to
minute.
do me for £4 for
Oh,
losing
no.
the watch on the way
It's
here.
the only way I can get paid. I have to do an
Exactly.
insurance claim for this.
Job, yeah.
Wow.
No, here it is, guys. And again, this is the one with the engraved man on the moon on the back. Yeah. Great piece. Fantastic piece. And here we go. Paul's talked me into it again. I'm giving something away.
Thank me later, guys.
You can put it in front of the camera.
Don't ever say there's nothing but a free lunch, because this is another free lunch.
This cost me 3 bottles of wine to talk him into this.
Need to get in front of the camera. Just there. That's it. That's lovely. So basically, we're running another competition. Do you remember I said about 25 minutes ago, my New Year's resolution is to get our subs up? And I thought, what better way than running another competition where we get people to like and watch the channel? And this time, you really have to watch our channel to win this watch. There is no pop your name in the comments. I seem to make these things always overly complicated, but every week, from this week, I'm going to give you a letter. A little anagram is going to be spelt by the time we reach the 10 weeks to the London Watch Show. And then you're going to simply DM us the answer, and we are going to pick it out and give you a watch. It sounds very complicated. It probably is, but
all fun and games.
I want to try to get people to watch the channel.
What's an anagram?
Ask Kaylie.
How do you spell it? Gav, there's 2 rules.
Yeah.
One is a watch dealer can't win it.
Yeah.
Secondly, if your name's Thorpe as a surname, you're not winning.
So each week we're going to reveal a letter of the alphabet during the show. The week before the London Watch Show, you'll have the code word to enter. Simply write the code word on a DM to us on Monday the 14th of March, the week before the show, or on our Instagram, and we will pick you out at random live on our YouTube live at our end of show on the Sunday, basically. Kaylie, do you want to reveal the letter for today? No, you can't, because you don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. I can make one up.
It's not Piguet, but it's A. It's the letter. It feels like Sesame Street. The letter A. It's the letter A. Write that down. Write it in your Apple Notes and wherever you're going to save it. But the letter A is your first letter, your first clue to winning that £4,000 watch.
4,200.
4,200.
That's not a bad giveaway, guys.
It's not a bad giveaway, is it?
It's not a bad giveaway, is it?
Yeah.
He was nearly crying when he agreed to that earlier. I swear I saw a little
No,
tear.
can I say, to be fair, when I did speak to Spence, I said, should we do another watch? He went, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's not even a blink of an eye. That's fantastic of you, Spence. And I know that Watch Gnosis, who won the last one,
he done a review.
He did a post last week, and you know, he loves his watch, so it's great. We really, you know, by the way, you can't give that one away.
The orange.
Are you ever letting go, Spence? You can't get it off.
I think there's a problem with the class.
Heavenly Mark says, I bet it's Audrey Piguet. Yes. Mark, I hear it's Jack's birthday weekend, the weekend of the watch show. It means you're going to have to buy her a very special watch. Instead of saying you can't come, I'm sure she'll want to come down and spend time with us all. Right, Spencer, before we sign off, do you want to hand me the watch back?
No.
Hand me the watch back.
Get it off, Spence. Come on.
I've been planning this forever. I'm so pleased we managed to pull it off and keep it a secret from you.
Should we give the viewers one more look?
One last little look.
Special.
Beautiful. Beautiful piece.
Yeah, it is.
And thank you. It was Daniel, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a friend of mine called Daniel who gave us that. And actually, you can see it's very well worn.
There's a few little marks, but always
he loves it. He loves it, and he wears it, and I guess that's the point. And we'll have to give him back his Casio as well. Guys, it's been great having you joining us back. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2022. Don't give it to me. I'm likely to drop it, aren't I, Ian? I'll put it down there. We're going to be back next week. We have some more special guests lined up for the coming weeks. Paul, do you want to wrap things up, or do you want to let Spencer try it and faff it again?
We'll sit back and enjoy what Spencer make a complete mess of it. I think that's always fun.
Spencer, don't remember.
Thumbs
up, like, subscribe, share.
Subscribe.
Off you go.
Guys, thank you for joining us tonight. And remember, if you haven't dealt with us yet, it's only a matter of time.